Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1999 Mitsubishi Galant VR-4. This is our third Galant to take on the course. We've had the 96 VR-4 a long time ago. We had the VRG Touring, the terrible Galant, a long time ago, and now we have this one, the 1999 Galant, in this rather fetching race mod. Considering the 296 Galants had atrocious race mods, it's nice to see a Galant finally dressed up properly. I like the wing, I like the white accents. You could get this in black or blue. I've gone for the blue, which I do think looks pretty nice, and I'm hoping this will be pretty quick. The Galants and the Legnums haven't done massively well around here, so it'd be nice to see one of these cars shoots its way up the leaderboard a little bit more, and I have some faith in the 99. Statistically, it does look quite good. Four-wheel drive, 459 horsepower, 1,247 kilos, a good turn of torque as well. And Mitsubishis are usually pretty quick around here, so here's hoping this one will be too. This car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi FTO LM Edition, which sets time of 27.131. The Galant VR-4 unlikely to beat that. In terms of Galant VR-4 times, well, like I said, we've had the Legnum VR-4, which wasn't very quick. I can't quite remember where that car ended up, but we might have just beaten it on this first lap. And we had the 96 VR-4, which set a time of 29.598. So hopefully this should go a little bit quicker than that. I'm hoping for like a 29.3, and then anything above that would be a bonus, because the 29.3 would set this car up rather nicely for when we get the quickest of all the Galants round, the Super VR-4, which should, well, A, go quicker than this, and also B, hopefully that should set that car up for a decent under 29 second run. I'd like the Galant to go and get one under 29 under its belt, because I like the Galant a lot. I'm not the biggest Mitsubishi person, and having looked at images of the interior of a Galant, it is sort of not really a car I particularly want to sort of own and use on any frequency, but I do really like the way it looks. I always thought, you know, very rare car in pretty much any market this got introduced into, which is a bit of a shame, because, you know, Mitsubishi really did try with this, and it had some wild engines from that good old 90s Mitsubishi where they tried to do sort of everything, and some bits turned out better than others, and the Galant was one thing that turned out better than most. 29.577. I didn't realise if I was going to get that clip or not, so I thought we were going to get taken out of bounds by that, and apparently not. So this isn't looking like it can quite do a 29.3. Hopefully this final lap can offer us some better answers. It's just a bit too understeery. Feels quite heavy, which isn't a massive surprise, but, you know, the Evos feel better than Imprezas, but by the same token, the Legacies feel a lot more athletic than the Galant does. The Galant just sort of feels like a heavy four-wheel drive car. And it does sort of feel as well, I guess because of the gearbox being stock on this, there's a bit of a lull when you come out of corners. 29.3 on the mark. Okay. I did manage to go quicker on that final lap. Yeah, wow. Alright. Well, I managed to get my 29.3, but it did take a lot out of me. But, I mean, what are we on? We're on a 5-speed. I'm assuming this was a 5-speed auto. But there's just a bit of a lull there. I think this is a stage 3 turbo, so realistically this should be able to deliver pretty healthy power bands, but still just not quite at the level we'd want it to be at. But either way, it did all come together on that final lap, and that has made me eat my words, because that does mean that this is quicker than any Legacy we've had. Just looking at the leaderboard, admittedly the 96 Legacy Saloon did not run racing modification, the 93 did, but that was one of the first cars to go around. So the quickest one is a Legacy wagon, and this does beat that by a little bit. So 29.3 dead. We'll place this into 60th. As you can see, it beats that Legacy Touring wagon by about 500th of a second. Beats the Evo 4 as well by about the same amount as well. Quicker than a WRX STI Sedan version 3. Quicker than the aforementioned Legacy Touring wagon. Quicker than a Corolla Rally car. It is quicker fractionally than the TVR Speed 6. Loses out slightly to an R32 Skyline, the NSX LM GT2, the Skyline Silhouette Formula, and the Celica GT4 ST205, which, to be fair, all of those sound like pretty good company to be in and to get beaten by. So, yeah, I mean, it's not anywhere near our quickest four-door vehicle. I suppose in terms of cars that are heavier than this, the four-door Skyline GTR beats this by about 0.3 of a second. So, not... I don't know. I mean, I'm happy I got the time out of it, but like I said, it doesn't really compete with Imprezas or Evos. Ultimately, if you are shopping for performance, you should buy one of those over the Galant. But at least this isn't the VRG Touring. So, and to be fair, thinking about it, the VRG Touring I think set like a 32.5. It was a very slow vehicle, that. So 3.5 seconds, 3.2 seconds, that might be one of the biggest gaps between the slowest version of a model and the quickest version. That's an interesting gap to maybe keep an eye on. But yeah, either way, thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be trying something completely different. Until then, farewell.